Well, we're going to jump right in then. My name is Chelsea. I'll be teaching tonight. We are going to do a 60-minute slow flow class. So get set up whatever way you need to. Some people like to turn music on, maybe dim the lights, whatever you're comfortable with and want to do. Just a reminder that you are more than welcome to practice with your camera on or off. If it is on, it does help me cue a little more specifically, but certainly do whatever is most comfortable for you. With all of that being said, let's do some yoga. So go ahead and start right away in downward facing dog. And since this is our first pose, just move in a way that feels good. So you might have a nice big bend to your knees. You could play with taking your feet wide. You can pedal out your feet. And just move around, shaking the rust off from the day, getting your body ready to flow. Good. Go ahead and walk your hands back towards the back of your mat, setting up for ragdoll. So your feet are about hip width apart. Opposite hands, you have opposite elbows. Nice bend to your knees. And then let your upper body just hang heavy over your legs. You can gently shake your head a little yes and no. Just creating some space in our neck. You can also sway your upper body just a little side to side. Again, creating some movement, gentle movement in our spine. Good job. We're going to do an active ragdoll now. So keeping your hands as they are, push your elbows into your hands. So like pressing out, and at the same time, gently push your arms down towards your mat. You may notice your back rounds a little bit, and that's totally good. We're just looking for a nice stretch in our back. You may feel this in your chest a little. I often do. So just hold this active ragdoll. We'll continue breathing. And then go ahead and releasing the active. So stay in your ragdoll just for a minute. Back to what we call a passive ragdoll stretch. And go ahead and release your hands bowing forward. We're going to start to connect with our breath. So take a halfway lift, breathing in. Bow forward as you exhale. And do that again, halfway lift, breathe in. Bow forward, breathe out. This time, rise up, reach up big, breathe in. Bow forward, breathe out. Halfway lift. As you exhale, move into a high plank. Take a breath in and press back to downward facing dog as you exhale. Breathe in, out, in, out. This time, lift your heels up as you breathe in. Bending your knees, look forward at the top of your mat. Then hop or step forward, halfway lift as you breathe in. Bow. Rise up, reach up, breathe in. Bow forward, breathe out. Halfway lift. High plank as you exhale. Take a breath in. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in, feel your rib cage expand. Exhale. Heels up, breathe in. Bend your knees, look forward as you exhale. Hop or step to the top of your mat, halfway lift, breathe in. Bow as you exhale. Rise up, reach up, breathe in. Bow forward, breathe out. Halfway lift. High plank. Take a breath in. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. Heels up, breathe in. Bend your knees, look forward. Hop or step forward, halfway lift. Bow. Rise up, reach up, breathe in, listen. Chair pose as you exhale. Take a breath in. Out. In. Out. Rise up, reach up, breathe in. Bow forward, breathe out. Halfway lift. High plank. Stay here, take a breath in. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Let it out. Lift your right leg up. Bring it forward for warrior one. Warrior two as you exhale. Reverse your warrior, breathe in. High plank as you exhale. Take a breath in. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Out. Left leg up. Bring it forward for warrior one. Breathe in. Warrior two. Reverse your warrior. High plank as you exhale. Take a breath in. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. Heels up, breathe in. Bend your knees, look forward. Step or hop forward, halfway lift. Bow as you exhale. Rise up, reach up, breathe in. Chair, breathe out. Breathe in. Out. One more breath in. Stay for your exhale. Rise up, reach up, breathe in. Bow forward, breathe out. Halfway lift, inhale. High plank as you exhale. Take a breath in, listen. Down dog, right away, right foot forward, warrior one. Warrior two as you exhale. Stay low on your front knee as you reverse, breathe in. High plank as you breathe out. Take a breath in. Down dog, left foot forward, warrior one. Warrior two. Reverse your warrior, breathe in. High plank, breathe out. Keep your core engaged, breathe in. Downward facing dog, hips lift up and back. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. Heels up, breathe in. Bend your knees, look forward. Hop or step forward, halfway lift. Bow. Rise up, reach up, big. Chair. Breathe in. Out. Lift your right knee up as you breathe in. Warrior three as you exhale. So pressing out through your back foot, reaching long through your fingers. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take one more breath in. Slowly bring your foot back to chair. Take a breath in. Out. Left knee up, breathe in. Warrior three, breathe out. Breathe in. Out. Keep your core engaged, your belly button drawing in towards your spine. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. Take one more breath in. Come back to chair as you exhale. Stay here, breathe in. Let it out. Rise up, reach up, breathe in. Bow forward, breathe out. Halfway lift. High plank as you exhale. Take a breath in. Downward facing dog, right foot forward, warrior one. Warrior two as you exhale. Reverse your warrior, listen. Come back to warrior two, breathe in. Exhale. Reverse, breathe in. Warrior two, breathe out. Reverse, breathe in. Warrior two, breathe out. One more reverse. High plank as you exhale. Take a breath in. Down dog, left foot forward, warrior one. Breathing in. Warrior two, breathe out. Reverse. Warrior two. Reverse, breathe in. Warrior two, breathe out. Reverse. Warrior two. Last reverse, breathe in big. High plank, breathe out. Listen, take a breath in. Lower down to your belly, setting up for locust pose. So your hands are along your sides, palms facing down. Take a big breath in together. Let it all out. Locust, come up, breathe in. Out. In. Out. Reaching back, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Breathe in. Out. One more breath in. Come down, stay set up for another one. Take a breath in. Out. This time, take a big breath in. Let it all out. Together, come up locust. Breathe in, out. In, out. In, out. Breathe in, breathe out. One more breath in. Come down, set up for upward facing dog. Up dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Take a breath in. Take hold. Let it out. Breathe in. Breathe out. This time, lift your right leg up. Bring it forward for crescent lunge. So all your toes are facing forward now. Hips are about hip width apart. And go ahead and bring your hands to your hips to give yourself a self-assist. And you want to physically use your hands to draw your hip points up, belly button drawing in towards your spine, looking for a stretch in your back leg. So a self-assist is super helpful in finding what that feels like. You can keep your hands there or you can bring them up. Breathe in together. Breathe out. In. Out. Breathe in. Breathe out. In. Out. And go ahead and straighten your back leg. Start to lean your chest forward for a 3/4 crescent. So you're creating a long line of energy from your back heel all the way up through your hands. Right. Stay here. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Listen, take a breath in. As you exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Take a nice big full breath in. Twist right. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. Breathe in. Stay for the exhale. Come back up to crescent. Breathe in. High plank. Breathe out. Take a breath in. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. This time, left leg up. Breathe in. Bring it forward for crescent lunge. Right away, bring your hands to your hips. Find yourself assist. Move your back foot around if you notice you find a better angle. Once you find a stretch in your back leg, you can keep your hands at your hips or bring them up above you. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take a breath in. Start to straighten your back leg, leaning your chest forward for 3/4 crescent. Again, nice, strong, long line of energy. Strength in this leg and in this glute. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take a breath in. Hands to heart center. Nice big full breath in. Twist left. Breathe in, out, in, out. Breathe in. Stay for the exhale. Come back up to crescent. Breathe in. High plank. Breathe out. Take a breath in. Downward facing dog. We're at the part in class where your breath doesn't need to match up with anyone else's anymore or with my cueing. So just breathe at a pace that feels good to you. Continue to check in with your breath. Go ahead and lift your right leg up and bring it forward for a lizard lunge. So your back knee is going to come down. Then your right foot is about even with your hands, which are on the ground. And actually, for this one, go ahead and start by bringing your hands up to your thigh. So it's a good place to start. It's not quite as intense. And then you're just going to gently press your hips forward. You're probably going to notice a stretch in the back of your leg here. But if you're like me and you have tight hips in general, you might notice a stretch in your right leg too. And we're just going to hold here for about a minute. So again, keep breathing. You can either stay with your hands high, or you can go ahead and bring them down to your mat. If you have a prop or a block, you're welcome to use that. And if your hands are down, I want you to think about hugging your right knee in towards your arm. We're going to do an active lizard stretch now. So tucking your back toes under, lifting your knee off of the ground, strength through your back leg. So think about squeezing your quad here. And then again, hugging that right knee in towards your body. Continue to squeeze and hold. This is an active lizard lunge. Keep breathing. And then go ahead and bring your knee back down, releasing the squeeze, just staying here for another second or two. And then I want you to slowly make your way back to downward facing dog. Once you're here, take a second, again, pedaling out your feet. And then lifting your left leg up, bring it forward for a lizard lunge. So again, back knees down for the first one here. And bring your hands up to your thigh. And then again, gently pressing. You can use your hands to press this leg forward slightly, or again, thinking of drawing those hips forward. Continue breathing. You can stay hands tall or bring them down. Again, if you bring your hands down, squeeze that left leg in towards your arm, towards your body. And go ahead and tuck your back toes under in preparation for an active lizard. So lift your knee up, squeezing that quad, squeezing your front leg in towards your arm. Hold here. Keep breathing. Go ahead and bring your back knee down, releasing the squeeze. Take just a second back in this passive lizard. And then bring your your forward leg slowly back around, making your way to downward facing dog. I'm going to change my angle here so you guys can see me. We're going to move into a wide dragon. So lifting your right leg up, bring it forward, outside of your hand, and maybe even a little further. So off of your mat even. Want it nice and wide, but not too crazy wide. Keeping your foot nice and flexed so your toes drawing in towards your shin. You're going to allow that leg to roll open onto the outside edge of your foot. Your back knee is down. If you can stay hands tall. If you have a prop, definitely you can put that under your hands. This is wide dragon. You can also self-assist here by bringing your right hand to your leg and just gently adding a little bit of pressure onto that leg. Not too much, you're not pushing it, just even adding your hand onto it can add enough pressure that you feel the stretch intensify. We're going to move into a twisted dragon. So again, I'm going to adjust my angle so you can see. This is actually one of my favorite poses. So bringing your right hand up and over behind you. So we're twisted, obviously. So even this is enough, right? But then if you want to try to start to draw your heel and your leg in towards your body, yeah, it's a great quad stretch. And then if you are able, you can grab your foot. So twisted dragon. So wherever you're at, just make sure you're breathing. Good. And go ahead and release your foot if you have it, or slowly bring your foot down. Bring your both arms back in front of you, and slowly make your way back to downward facing dog. And this time lifting your left leg up, bring it forward for wide dragon. So again, keeping this foot nice and flexed, and then rolling your leg open onto the outside edge of your foot. We'll go ahead and make your way into twisted dragon. So this time bring your left arm up and back for the twist in your upper body. And then if able, drawing your foot in towards your body. Again, right here, this is great. If you are able, you're more than welcome to grab your foot if that's comfortable. And then hold here. Go ahead and slowly releasing. Bring your leg down, bring both hands in front of you. Once again, slow, 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 make your way back to downward facing dog. And take a second to pedal out your feet. Again, sometimes a nice big knee bend feels real good after that. And then I want you to go ahead and walk your hands back towards the back of your mat. Bring your feet wider to the edges of your mat. We're going to do a scapula stretch. So bring your right hand to the outside of your left leg. And your left arm can just kind of hang above. And then you're gently just pulling into your leg, finding a stretch in your upper back scapula area. Again, just letting your head hang heavy, using that hand to pull into the outside of your calf. And go ahead and release and switch sides. So this time your left hand comes to the outside. I'll turn so you can see outside of your right leg. Right arm hangs in front of you, and then you're pulling into that leg, finding a stretch in your scapula. And you can notice if adding a deeper bend to your knees changes the stretch for you. Everybody's a little different, so you can definitely be curious. Go ahead and release. Bowing forward. This time I want you to bring your feet nice and wide off of your mat for a deep squat. So once you find a distance that's comfortable for you, your toes are facing slightly out. Drop your hips down. You can bring your hands to heart center, and then gently using your elbows for a little bit of resistance against your legs. It's going to give you a nice inner groin stretch. This is uncomfortable for your knees. You could also bring your hands down onto the floor and just lean your legs into your elbows. And this might take a little pressure off while still helping you find that inner groin stretch. And stay here, keep breathing. And go ahead and lift your hips up. Make your way back to a bowed forward fold position. Go and take a halfway lift together. And move into a high plank. Lower down to your belly. And we're going to take goalpost shoulders. So you want your arms to be the shape of a goalpost, like you're saying, it's good. So elbows coming out from your shoulders, palms flat on the ground. We'll start with our right side. So bring your right ear down to your mat and then lifting your left foot up and over your hips. Looking for a stretch in the right shoulder, maybe a little in your chest. You can bring your left hand even to fingertips. And again, just hold here. And go ahead and roll back to center. And again, arms in goalpost position, switching your left ear down to your mat. And this time bringing your right foot up and over your hips, over your body, looking for a stretch in that left shoulder, chest area. Go ahead and come back to center. Your hands under your body and make your way up to a tabletop position. And then lifting your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Go ahead and lift your right leg up and opening your hips just for a second. And bringing your right leg forward for half pigeon on the right side. Notice if you're holding any tension anywhere. If your shoulders are perhaps drawn up towards your ears, see if you can soften them down and away. If you're clenching your jaw or your hands or anything like that, just notice if there's any spaces where you can soften into this pigeon pose. You can use your breath to do that. And taking inhales and seeing if you can lengthen your exhales just a little bit longer than your inhales. This can actually signal your body to relax, to calm. Go ahead and gently press up to tall arms. And slow at your own pace. Make your way back to downward facing dog. Once you're here, this time lifting your left leg up and open. And then bringing it forward to half pigeon on the left side. I'm just starting to settle in, using your breath to soften. If your mind starts to wander, just choose to come back to your breath. Again, choosing to notice the inhales and the exhales. You go ahead and slowly make your way up to tall arms. This time, bring your back leg around in front of you for a seated forward fold. And before you bow forward, reach up nice and tall, creating length in your spine, and then bow forward through your chest. Maybe keep a nice bend to your knees, reaching for your shins, your feet, whatever's comfortable. And then just let your head hang heavy, bowing forward. Go ahead and sit up tall. Make your way onto your back for legs up the wall. If you're near a wall, you're welcome to use it, bringing your legs up against it. And then if you do have a prop or a pillow or even like a rolled up sweatshirt, you can use that to add some elevation, some lift to your hips. And then again, just reaching your feet high to the ceiling. You can have your palms to the sides, face up, and just settle in. And this is meant to be rest. So again, if you notice that your hamstrings are working hard, maybe a little shaking, then just bend your knees nice and big. So it'll take the work out of it. Before you bring your legs down, point your toes towards the ceiling. Draw them back towards your face. Give your ankles some small rolls, side to side, circular motions. And then slowly bring your feet down to your mat. And if you do have a block, lifting your hips to remove it. And gently pressing up to a comfortable seat for a seated twist. So once you find yourself seated, go ahead and bring your left hand to the outside of your right leg, right arm behind you and twisting back. Nice tall spine in your seat. Go ahead and come back to center and switch sides. You can go ahead and come back to center. And we're just going to take a short seated meditation. So if you're comfortable closing your eyes, go ahead and do that. You keep your eyes open, that is fine. Just find one space to focus on. Maybe a pattern in the carpet or something across the room. And then just start to notice your breath. Not changing the pattern of it, just noticing it. Feeling the rise and fall of your chest. Our breath is such an incredible tool and opportunity that we have at any moment of the day to just take a moment to be present and to connect with our body. And again, as our mind starts to wander, which it will and does, just choose to come back to noticing your breath. You can choose to stay in a seated meditation or go ahead and make your way into Shavasana, deep rest. Go ahead and start to bring awareness back to your body. Whether you're sitting or lying down, just notice your fingers, your toes. You could gently roll your head to the right, to the left. And if you are lying on your back, make your way onto your right side. And then slowly press up to a comfortable seat. And then together, bring your hands to heart center. You can bring them up to your forehead, or whatever way you like to end class. We always end class with gratitude. So with a thankful heart for ourselves, for each other, and for the time to practice, together we say, Namaste.